when is it? I asked her why you here, yeah. Oh, why you here? She like, boy, come here. Yes, you, yeah, come here. I'm about to show you something that you never seen or hear, yeah. This the light show, this is my show. I take you around the world, yeah, I show you my flow. I can show you something that you never seen, yeah. Stack this money up until I start seeing.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Auntie Lonnie, and so you guys know on this channel we talk about spirituality, entrepreneurship, financial freedom, travel, beauty. This channel is a channel for creatives and creators. I like to inspire people who are called to create, maybe don't know where to start. So today's video is going to be, as the title says, we are going to be talking about all of my entrepreneurship fails. So I have been an entrepreneur for a year and some change. It might be 2 years next summer. And so I started off selling waist beads. I have all my beads down here. You probably can't see them, but I have waist beads. That's what I started off selling. I knew nothing about selling anything. And now today I have a website. I have inventory. I have... Oh. Okay. So also I have a whole lot of tripod trouble on here. For some reason, well, I have a Galaxy Note 20 and it's a really big phone, and the tripod holds like a phone like this size because everybody has an iPhone, I guess. So it kind of pops out whenever. But yes, like I was saying, I'm going to be talking about today. Okay, take 3. I think the phone is secured. Well, I don't think it's my phone that's actually the problem. I have a huge case on my phone. This is the outside of it, and then like the inside is still on, so I think it's in there. I think this is my phone's a very impolite way of telling me that I need a new case. But I mean, I paid like $30 per case because the first time the day I got my phone out of the box back in March, I dropped it and it cracked. So I have to have a very protective case on it. Okay, so hopefully it will still be holding. So today, I think I'm going to start off with the best one. Now, last year was when I actually realized that I didn't know anything about selling. Like, I was still selling waist beads, but I still needed help. So I didn't know anything about selling. I didn't know anything about marketing. I didn't know anything about promotion. I would just post pictures on Instagram here and there. I didn't know anything about consistency. So, but I was also really low on money because I'm a first generation entrepreneur. Like, this doesn't run in my family. I think my grandpa, he had a few businesses, like stuff that was, I don't know how you call it, but like people buy vending machines. Like, he had a laundromat, and that's what he owned. And that's as far as I know about our family owning businesses or anything. So I was pretty much out here on my own. And so I didn't, like I said in one of my previous videos, I wasn't really working a consistent job. So like all the money I was making ends meet by making waist beads. So I was at probably like my last $30 to $40 last December, and I had just made a website. I made my first website, AuntieLonnie.com. This has been a long time coming because now AuntieLonnie.com is nothing like what it was when I'm describing in this video. So I needed a logo, and I was on Facebook, and I saw that there was a post about something, and I commented. Hold on. Somebody was in the kitchen. I didn't want any background noise in it. But yeah, there was a post on Facebook, and then you know how like I guess they're all scams, but like people comment, need a logo, DM me. So I went on this one girl's page. Her name is Eliza James or Jones, something like that. I don't even know if that's her real name. And she seemed to have a pretty legit page. Like, there were business reviews, not business reviews, but she had logos on her page, and they looked like nice logos. They looked like real people were buying from her. So I decided to message this person, and I asked her if she could make me a logo. Now, the only logo I had made on Canva, and it was just Auntie Lonnie's, and it was in like an arch, and then I wanted a picture of like a lady in a white suit and some red glasses, like with candles and books and maybe a calendar behind her or something. Like, you see what the vision I'm going for? Like, I wanted there to be somebody at a desk who does the things I do, like beads and stuff. So I told her all this. I told her specifically I wanted a picture of me in a white blazer with red glasses sitting at a desk, and I showed her pictures of the candles that I kind of wanted on there and the books that I wanted on there. And it took a very long time to even get a sample. Like, I asked her if it could be done by the end of the week, and she said it will be done as soon as possible, don't worry. And that's what this person keeps saying. They kept saying, don't worry. And to this day, this was a year ago, y'all, I don't have the logo. I don't have any logo from her. So I'm going to post what the logo looked like. I'm gonna post it right here. and this is what I waited, and this is what I spent. I think it really hurt me so badly because I spent like my last $30 because I couldn't eat anything. Like the only thing I had in my cabinet to eat, I had rice and cans of beans, and that's what I was eating. I spent $30 to get this logo for my business, so I went without eating. So this is the logo that she sent me. I'm gonna have to put it in this video. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on the side, but I think this needs to be a big photo so you can see it. And so obviously, you guys, I was heartbroken. I was shattered. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got scammed. She really tried to sell this to me. So I felt really bad about it until like I actually like told my boyfriend, because I was in like a funk, and so I just didn't want to talk to anybody else. Like, this is all gonna fail, etc., etc. Like, I was just over it. So it wasn't until my boyfriend came over like a few nights after that, it might have been the next week after that, and so I showed it to him. I wasn't happy about it at all. Like, I was really upset, and he actually made me laugh because yes, it's a very funny logo. Like, how dare you think I'm going to sell anything with this logo? Yeah. So it wasn't until I actually had to like open up and talk to him about it that I was like, okay, it's actually funny, but it's not funny because I tried to support this small business and got ripped off. So then I asked, she said I had unlimited edits, and so I've been trying to get her to edit this logo for like a year, and the picture she sent me, the one I'm going to post on this video, it still says sample on it. So I got one with a pink background and one with a white background, but they both said sample, and that's the only thing I got from her. Even though it was only $30, but it was $30 that I didn't have to spend on that, you know? So I don't know. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't support people who make logos, but everybody's idea of a logo doesn't look like that. Like that cold cartoon face thing, and it looks kind of like smudged around the edges. That just wasn't what I was going for. I don't know. The logo looked awful, but that was my first big fail. That actually made me like want to rethink everything. So number two, I have so many Instagram accounts. And the reason why I have so many Instagram accounts is because I don't stay consistent enough and the audience goes cold. And so what that means is when your audience goes cold, that means that you don't have any engagement. If you don't have any engagement, you can't make sales. You have to build your engagement back up, because the audience that you started following, like the one that I started when I had the waist bead business, like 2 years ago, they don't really warm up to as well as like my crystal bracelets and stuff. Like, that's a whole different ball game. Like, they might like stuff more like this and they would like the wire wrap crystals, but still, like, I didn't have to delete the Instagram. But I do wish if I would have stayed consistent, because both of my Instagram accounts have like, well, the first one I made has 120, and the one that I use now, my actual Instagram at Auntie Lonnie's, that one has 180, and it's pretty warmed up. Like, I can talk to people on there, I can sell things on there. It's a pretty good Instagram, but I also was not very consistent with that one. Now, consistency will make your Instagram grow, because I think I got really lazy after I got 150 followers. I was like, that was too easy. I don't have to do this at all. But now I'm only at 180, and it's been, well, 180 is what my top is. I've never gotten to 180. I was sitting at 150 to the 170 range for the majority of this year. I was at the 150 to 170 range when I made this account, and I did that in 3 months. I had the whole 130. I had 150 followers in 3 months. So if I would have stayed consistent, I would have known how to. I probably would have had at least 1,000 followers by now. And when you have more followers, there are more eyes on your product, so more people will share your product, more people see your product, you get more money. That's how I think. So when you if you are starting an Instagram business, which I think is the easiest and the fastest, it's very easy to gain followers and find a niche once you learn how to like hashtag and market to people. So I would say that wasn't really a big one, but that's something that I do think is important, is to stay consistent when you're posting, stay relevant. And even if you're not, I never let this one that I have now, I never let it go dead, like how I let that one that I have with only 120 followers go dead. So I will always like post a story, even if it's something, if you don't have the energy to post every day or to come up with a new post, you can always share somebody else's post. You know, like you can get something off of Pinterest and post. It's really not that hard. It's just you really have to have consistency. Consistency is key, and everything will happen if you stay consistent. So, and then let's see, what was my other biggest setback that I had probably as an entrepreneur? The last thing is going to be worrying. Worrying too much will cause you to slow down. It'll cause you to trip up. It'll cause you to second guess yourself. So I run a faith-based business. So what that means is basically nothing in my life is certain. Where I live is not certain. How much money is not certain. But so long as I'm on this mission to help other people or to help other women find out what makes them happy, then I'll always be taken care of. So everything I do is based off of faith. So so with that, I don't care what anybody says. Entrepreneurship and spirituality go hand in hand, because if you don't even believe that you are capable of having a product that's sellable, or you don't believe that you are capable of selling the product, then you have nothing, because nobody's going to do it for you. I promise you, nobody you know is going to sit there and clap for you. Nobody's going to clap for you. It's kind of like being an athlete. You have to put in the performance, you have to put in the practice, and you have to go when nobody's watching. You got to play basketball at 3 o'clock in the morning when nobody's watching. You're making these 3-pointers and nobody's watching. So when you go to the game, then you can make these points. So that's another thing, is having faith that this is actually going to work out. Because in my business mentorship, that's something that they try to push us, that everything is sellable. Everything is a good idea to sell. You can sell anything so long as you believe you can, so long as you have the consistency, the discipline, the willpower, the patience, all of that. So it's like, I guess that third one, I can wrap it up, is don't take these fundamentals lightly, like willpower, discipline, determination, faith in yourself. Don't take those things lightly, because when you put it all together and you keep doing it, that's the way the universe works. It has to give you what you're asking for. It has to give you the actions that you're doing, even if you're doing them scattered. Keep doing it. Just pick it up, and it has to give you everything you ask for. And it's a long journey. So don't, I don't know, because there's going to be people, because I went through a long period of just like, okay, this isn't going to work for me. So I know things like this don't really help. I don't know how to make you believe me that it'll work. But when I tell you, even sometimes when I'm not making money, I'm learning things that you can't put a price on. That's really what's important as a business owner. Learning things that you can't put a price on. The skills I have, the information I have, you can't put a price on that. So the fact that I'm not making $10,000 a month, it doesn't bother me. I'm happy. I have a velvet robe and I have an office, so I'm okay. But yeah, that's all I have to say. If you guys have any questions about like marketing or learning how to find your niche on Instagram, or if you just want to ask me what's your first step in selling this product, or even ask me if there's a product and you think it's a good idea to sell, feel free to message me on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. I will link all of my links down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!